Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and this here is my little craft corner where I share stuff about knitting and sometimes other yarn related stuff, but mostly knitting. Today I have a new knitting podcast for you. I do these monthly. Last month there wasn't a podcast, but usually we do these monthly. So yeah, I have an update on what I've knit, what I've finished, what I am currently knitting, and just in general what I'm doing. I'll also go into what I bought this month and my plans with that, and I like to look forward to next month being like, oh, I'm going to knit on these things next. So that's what we're doing today, but I would love to start this video by saying a huge thank you to all you guys, because thanks to you we are now at over 1,000 subscribers, which I'm just speechless. I think last podcast I did, I was at around 800. So in 2 months, I got over 200 new subscribers. Like 300 maybe even. I don't know. It's an overwhelmingly huge amount of new subscribers. So welcome if you are like in the newer batch of followers. And thank you for supporting me throughout all of this to the older subscribers. So 1,000 subscribers for me means that I am now monetized as a YouTube channel, which is a huge goal for practically any YouTuber you will ever find. Monetization just means that if you see ads on my videos, a chunk of that ad revenue money now goes to me and I get paid for that. So previously I wasn't paid for my videos and now I am. So just for your information, this is now a monetized channel. I do make a tiny bit of money when you watch my videos. So thank you for watching. And thank you for supporting me. Again, I'm not really great at doing these big thank you speeches, but just know that I'm really, really, really grateful for each and every one of you. That being said, let's get into the video. I am wearing a sweater that you might have seen if you are not a newer subscriber. I knit on this last year, like literally a year ago. I think September, October of 2022, I started knitting this sweater. And I have just recently finished it, so it is now in my finished objects section. I have worn it for, I think, 1 or 2 videos already, just because I like it so much. I'm so happy it's done. Like, it wasn't too much that had to be done from last time. Let me rearrange this entire way that I'm going right now. This is the sweater number 16 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, which is a turtleneck sweater that is pretty much negative ease, or just pretty close to no ease at all. It's a pretty tight fitting turtleneck sweater. And I knit this in Katja Basic Merino, which is a merino and acrylic blend. I used 8 skeins to make the size small for this one. And I knit it on 3.5mm needles, if I'm correct. I don't know. I knit on this last year. So I'm doing most of this on top of my head, because this year the only thing I had to do was block it by not weaving the ends. But there was a bit of drama because I didn't know if I had enough yarn. So what I did was, I do this with most of my sweaters, which you will see in a bit, well, once we go into my wood pile. I just knit until a little bit down from the sleeve separation. Usually whenever my skein ends, I will just stop knitting, knit on the arms, the neckband, and the other details, and then continue the body until I ran out of yarn. With this sweater I did that as well, but I ran out of yarn at a point where I was like, I would love an extra skein to just make it even more, even longer. I just wasn't sure if I had knit enough. So what I wanted to do was block it first, while it was still on some scrap yarn, and then see if it fit or not. But it took me a year to get it to the blocking mats, because I was just too scared. But let me show you how long this sweater actually is. Like, it is a okay length. I just put myself up on the chair a little bit. It is an okay length. Would have definitely loved if it was a little bit longer, but it is the kind of sweater that you would just tuck in, and if I tuck it in, it won't like come out on the back, so that's great. So it's fine. I could have actually like not had this much length for my sleeves, but kind of like it, kind of not too bothered by it. I just really like how the sweater fits. It is a merino acrylic blend. I started knitting on this before I knew a ton of yarn fibers. And now I know a bit more, and I would not have chosen like acrylic to work with for a sweater, but that's fine. It is a beautiful sweater. It fits perfectly. I've worn it a couple times, and the acrylic hasn't really been an issue. It's just a bit more of like a shiny yarn than I'm used to. It's really pretty. One thing I would have loved to do differently if I ever decide to knit it next time is this bind off is tied. I think I did, let me check. Yeah, I think I did just a regular bind off. Again, wasn't really too aware of like bind off structures and knitting things. So I just did a regular bind off, tried to make it as loose as possible. I think didn't really work, but it goes over my head. It's just I have to take off my glasses and I have to like redo my hair every time I take it off or on. But that's fine. It's just how turtlenecks work sometimes. The other bind offs are actually like great. Just don't know what happened with this one. But oh well, we have a finished sweater finally, and I love it. I think the color is perfect for me. It suits me pretty well. I just am in love with this sweater. It honestly looks like a store-bought sweater. And I love that, but I hate that as well. Like, it looks store-bought, but which is great because it doesn't have like a bunch of holes in it or mistakes that you can easily notice. So people on the street don't notice that it's handmade, which is lovely, but which also sucks a little bit. Just because I want people to know that I made this. I want people to be like, ooh, love that you made this sweater, that's so great, but they don't come up with that themselves because they think it is store-bought when it's not. So I kind of have to mention that I knit this every time. I want people to comment on it, or just in general, I have to mention that I knit this before people know that I knit this. And I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I should just also like let it go and not like tell everybody that I made every single thing that I wear whenever I wear it. Yeah, it's just one of the downfalls of knitting this gorgeous sweater is people don't know that it's handmade. But I do like that it's apparently looks like I didn't make it myself. I know, it's just a weird in-between thing. But this is the sweater number 16 that is finally off the needles after a year of hibernation, pretty much. I am super, super excited about this sweater. And I now want to wear it everywhere. I want to wear it to Christmas because it's red, and red is a Christmas color, and I love it as a Christmas sweater. I don't know. It is just really gorgeous, and I cannot wait to wear it a bunch more this winter. It keeps me nice and warm. It is a 3.5 millimeter sweater in 2x2 ribbing, but it keeps me nice and warm. Definitely notice that. And that's lovely. Yeah, moving on to the whip section, I think, because I think I talked about this enough already. The whip section. I have 3 sweaters that I would like to show you, and I have 1 scarf situation that I'd love to show you as well. I am also gift knitting at the moment, but I will not be going into my gift knits on this channel before I gifted the things, because I know some people that will be receiving gifts are watching right now, and I don't want to go into that, ooh, don't watch this if you know me stuff, because you never know, and I know my family. They're not gonna, like, not watch certain parts. So we're just not gonna talk about it. But just know that there's, like, a couple more whips that I'm not showing you right now. But my first whip that I am going to be showing to you is this big... needles. Is this big purple zipper sweater. And I am absolutely in love with this. I'll put it on in a moment. But zipper sweater has some half twisted rib. This is where the zipper is going to be. The zipper facing I already knit as well. I have completed both sleeves and I'm now working on the body. So with this I did the same thing of just knitting until my skein ran out, and then doing the sleeves, and now knitting the body until my yarn runs out, just so I have used absolutely every single centimeter of yarn. And I know I'm not going to run out of yarn while working the sleeves, because that's annoying, because you want the sleeves to be even, of course. This zipper sweater is worked up in 2 yarns. Let me grab them off the floor right now. I am using this purple yarn by Holland Creatief. This is their Peruvian Highland wool. I have knit 1 sweater before in Peruvian Highland wool, and I have 1 more sweater quantity of them as well. So I am practically in love with this yarn. If you've been watching this channel, you already know this. But Holland Creatief from Antje is one of my favorite yarns. I was at her stand at the Breidagen for 2 days. I really love this purple yarn. I did notice there are sometimes tiny blue speckles in it. I really like it, but do with that information what you will. And I am holding this together with the Lana Grossa Seta Sul de mohair. So this together is a tiny bit marled. I tried to show this on a video in a video chat a little while ago, but I know how clear. You can kind of see that it is somewhat marling. I don't know if you can clearly see that. But I don't know. I really like how this is turning out. I will put it on right now. Just give me a second. Alright, so this is the zipper sweater by Petite Knit. And you can see the sleeves fit nicely. They're gonna grow with blocking. I know this yarn grows a bit while blocking. And this is how far the body is right now. I have more than enough yarn left over to finish the body. I'm doing 9 more centimeters from this stitch marker onwards, and then I am doing 9 centimeters of ribbing, and then we're good. So it's going to be a bit longer. I like that a lot, and I have more than enough yarn for that, because I did a bunch of calculations when my first skein ran out, because this is knit up in 250 gram skeins, and I had 2 of these. And I really wanted to make the sweater with just the 2, because buying another 250 gram skein for just a tiny bit of knitting wasn't really something I was looking forward to a lot. So I'm very happy that my calculations were on the safer side, because I calculated that after the sleeves I would have 72 grams left over, but in the end I had 118 grams. So it should be more than enough to finish this sweater, and I can just make it as big and nice and cozy as I want. It looks a bit funny right now just because the zipper isn't in yet. But once the zipper is in, it will close like this, and then It will keep me nice and warm. And I really, really love the sweater. Like sometimes when I try it on, I like wear it a little bit like too long. It's not really a thing, but I wear it like for a longer period of time because it's just so cozy, so snuggly. The zipper I still have to buy. If you have any recommendation on where to buy nice zippers in the Netherlands, please let me know because I am looking. Because my grandma has kindly offered to install the zipper for me. My grandma sews. She's really good at sewing. Let me just sit down on a chair maybe. She's really good at sewing. And she has offered to sew the zipper in for me. So she wants to do that on Christmas Day. So this sweater kind of has to be done and blocked before Christmas so that we can like sew the zipper in. So it's my mission right now to finish the sweater and buy a zipper before Christmas so that this zipper sweater like can be finished at Christmas Day and I get to wear this for like the remainder of winter and probably spring because it's not going to be super warm soon. I know, it's just a very nice and very cozy sweater. It is knit up on 5mm needles and there are like huge chunks of half twisted rib. I really like it. I wasn't too sure about it in the beginning, but I really like it now. There is also, I guess one thing I was like a bit questioning at first, but we're fine now, is the ribbing is knit up in the same needle size as the rest of the body. So I was a bit confused, like why? But I now have finished the sleeves and I love it and I get why Petite Knit decided to do it this way. I don't know, this is just going to be a sweater that I want to be living in. Like at home, maybe I'll bring it to the office. It's just a very nice and cozy and warm sweater that I love and that I am going to love, I already know. So if my calculations are correct, I will have like some yarn left over after this, like 30 grams or something. I don't know what I'll be doing with it, but this yarn is really nice, really soft, and yeah, I cannot wait to have this sweater finished, just so I can wear it around a bunch. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say on the zipper sweater for this month. Hopefully, or probably, this sweater will be finished for my next podcast, so look forward to that. I will be showing my new sweater in my next knitting podcast next month. Stay tuned to find out pretty much. And then we're moving on to the next sweater, because there are three sweaters. As I just mentioned. And that is my Moby sweater by Petite Knit. It's going to be a very Petite Knit heavy whip pile today. Out of 4 whips I'm going to be showing you, 4 are from Petite Knit. I don't know how this happened. I wouldn't call myself like a huge Petite Knit fan. I haven't really knit from her before, but for some reason this is a Petite Knit winter. So everything you'll be seeing after this is Petite Knit as well. But this Moby sweater is also almost done. If my calculations are correct, I only have 27 rounds of pattern and 21 rounds of ribbing. Because the sleeves are also done on 21 rounds of ribbing. And then it is done. I would love to finish this in time for Christmas as well, because it's a very Christmassy sweater. But we will see. I have gift knitting to do. I have this sweater to finish. We will see if I get to finish this one as well in time for Christmas. So yeah, this is the Moby sweater. I started knitting this in September, I believe, and I pretty quickly finished part of the body, like probably until here-ish, and one sleeve. I think I did that in 2 weeks. And then I lost my hyperfocus and went on to other projects, which I tend to do this a lot. I just focus on one thing. For now it is my zipper. I just grab that, really work on it a lot, and then I lose interest and move on to the next thing. That sometimes does happen, which is okay, but for this, it happened, and I have yet to get back into knitting this, but I would love to finish this for Christmas, just because it's a lovely Christmas sweater, and Christmas seems like a great deadline for lots of knitting. Let me put this on for you guys as well so you can clearly see what it looks like. Alright, so this is my Moby sweater. It definitely needs a good blocking after I've knit this, and it's definitely not as positive ease as the last one. But like, as you can see, my sleeves are, like, if you stretch them out enough, they are long, but just like all the texture makes it like go up a bit. But that's okay. In blocking, this will all work out perfectly. Yeah, I did the neckline here. There's just a bunch of texture going on, and I am now this far into knitting my Moby. We will like see after the 27 rounds of pattern are done, like how far I am and how far I want to knit it a bit more. Because I don't know, I have made an Excel like sheet for myself where I like track the different things that are going on. So you have these cables that you have to turn, and you have these mock cables that you have to cross every once in a while. So I have an Excel sheet where I like mark when I need to cross and when I need to cross here. So just to kind of keep track of what I have to do when, because keeping track of different kinds of intervals is a bit tricky. But this is how my Moby looks. I'm knitting this on 3.75mm needles, just because that's like what I had to do to meet gauge. And the yarn I am using is the Novita 7 Veliesta 7 Brothers yarn in the colorway 10. And so this is like a bit of a creamy white color. I really like how this looks. I'm really excited to wear this to Christmas, hopefully. It just, again, needs a good block. So I'll be curious to see how it will look after blocking. And then this gets to be a really nice and cozy sweater as well. It is a bit more fitting than the zipper sweater. And it looks a bit more like fancy, if I may say so. But yeah, this is my lovely Moby sweater, and I cannot wait to finish this. Hopefully this will also be finished in December. But again, as I said, gift knitting is happening. The zipper has to be done. And we will see what will happen. We will see if I get to finish all of this. But this is my Moby. Then the last sweater that I want to show you is currently in like hibernation-ish territory. It is my Monday sweater by Petite Knit. And it looks like this. I'm not going to be trying this on. This is like, I just split for sleeves and then I haven't really touched it a lot. Which is okay. I took this off of the needle. Well, it's still on the needles, but I put it in hibernation because I had to use the main strand for this for a gift knit. I'm currently like using up the yarn, and it is on a yarn cone, so I couldn't like knit on the two at the same time. So I decided to like cut the yarn from here, work on my gift knit, and then pick this back up probably after the holidays. But yeah, I still wanted to show it to you because I really love how this is looking. This is just such a gorgeous color combination, if I may say so. So I am marling this. This is a strand of fingering weight sock yarn from Holland Creatief again. held together with some knitting for olive mohair in white, or well, in the colorway cloud it is called, I believe. And this like just makes a perfect kind of, it's not really pink, but it makes a really lovely like marbled effect. And I'm just really excited that my vision I had when I bought this yarn seems to be working out great. And I just really think I'm going to be enjoying this Monday sweater when it's done. It's just gonna take a little bit longer, but I feel like after Christmas, once all that is done, I can just focus on this, and then I'll have it done hopefully before the end of the winter. So that was very quickly my third and final sweater whip. Then I have one scarf, and it is the Sophie Scarf by Petite Knit again. Who would have guessed? I like this long thing at the moment. This is going to be, let me like visualize this for you. I really want it to be this, and then from the back forward, like it's going to be like a tiny scarf like that. I just like want it to be a bit longer before I declare halfway and start doing decreases in a bit. But this is what it's going to look like. And I am knitting this up in some sock yarn by Undercover Otter. I believe it is on their Nevermore base in the colorway Reckless Attack. But I could be wrong about that. But this is what it looks like. Like, I wouldn't say caked up, but it's like a pretty bruised cake right now. It just has a bunch of lovely colors that blend together nicely in this scarf. So it's like purple, pink, orange is in there. Like lighter, darker shades. It is really fun to knit. This is currently like my on-the-go knit. My train knit, my work knit when I'm on a break. I just work on this. Like, it's that kind of knit for me at the moment. And I really like working on it, but there's not a lot you can say about this. The Sophie Scarf pattern is knit up in DK weight yarn, I believe. And this is fingering weight yarn, so I had to like fiddle a little bit. I did do the increases at the recommended rate, and then I am currently just knitting straight for a bit to add some extra length before I start doing the decreases, because if I had continued doing increase, it would be too wide, and if I had like started the decreases, it would have been way too short. So I'm just knitting it a bit longer, and we will see what happens. It's just a really fun knit at the moment. It's really fun to see how the colors work up. It's really fun to see how this grows, and there's really no pressure with this knit. It's just whenever I feel like knitting something, I work on this, especially on the train or at work. Like if I'm at home, I tend to gravitate towards zipper sweater to knit or towards one of my gift knits, honestly. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. Those are like my 4 works in progress. Then I would love to show you some yarn that I bought this month. Let me very quickly grab that. So a very lovely knitting friend of mine, Fem from the Mindful Creators, you've heard me mention her a couple times before, I think, is now dyeing yarn, and she just published her second collection, which was the autumn collection, and there were some really, really, really pretty colors in there, and I like couldn't not get stuff. So I, at the very last moment that the collection was open for pre-order, I bought stuff. First of all, I got this skein in the Bouncy DK weight, and this is just a lovely tonal, like, this is just a very lovely tonal colorway. It's called When the Leaves Fall, and it is 100% superwash merino, and it is about 225 meters. So this is, I think, going to become a hat, but I'm not too sure. I was debating whether I should get 1 or 2 skeins, but 2 would have been a bit above budget for hand-dyed DK weight yarn. So I went with 1. What I'm really looking for, I haven't really been looking on Ravelry or anything, but I would love to get a hat pattern that is top down, so you start at the brim, you like go towards the edge, so you increase. In ribbing, I'm thinking 2x2 ribbing would be great, or maybe 3x3, maybe 4x4, I don't know. But like top down, so that I can just like finish that when the yarn runs out and then like see how big it gets. Because if I do like towards the end, so if I do the decrease route, I know myself. I know I will be playing yarn chicken from the very start, and the hat will be too small and I will have like half a skein left over. I know myself, I know that's going to happen. So for this, I'm really looking for a hat pattern that is like top down. But we will see what we will find. There's not really a pressure to work with this whatsoever. I just really wanted to get this skein. Then I also got a sock set. It is the Forest sock set, and it is a set with 5 mini skeins in green, white, it's a bit of a creamy color, some brown. Again, I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this, but these colors were just so pretty. And I cannot wait to work with these. I was thinking, I saw some socks, they were called the palette socks, I believe, and they were just like big chunks of one color, then a little base color in between, then like a chunk of color again. I could do something like that with this. I would need, I think, 1 or 2 more colors to make that work. We will see. Like, mini skeins are never wrong. I like not really collecting them, but I like having them on hand for contrast colors, color work bits, and you never know what you're gonna need these for. And they were very pretty. So these are my acquisitions of the month from Femme, from the Mindful Creators. And yeah, I love these a lot. They are so soft, they are so nice. I just know that the projects I'm going to eventually be making with these are going to be great. I just don't know what they will be yet. Yeah, these are really nice addition to my yarn stash. One thing I got from my parents, and it is not yarn related, but it is knitting related. It has been in the background, like this entire video. I don't know if you've noticed already. I have a little yarn shop Christmas town thingy. Let me grab it. Hopefully, like, my books won't fall over. I think, let me just put these to the side so they won't fall over later. This is the Knit and Needle yarn shop. That is so cute, so pretty. I had turned on the lights, you cannot really see it, so I'll turn them off again. But, well, actually, it does make a tiny bit of a difference. So there are, like, yarn balls, you have skeins, there are some hats. It says Christmas special, mittens are 5. There's no currency specified, but there are 5. Fine quality yarns, natural and hand dyed. And the name of the shop is the Knit and Needle Yarn Shop. There's lovely sweaters in the back and everything. Someone on my WhatsApp group with knitting friends shared that they had gotten this, so I shared to my parents. I would love this. They sometimes go to places where these things are being sold, so I'm like, if you ever do end up there and you see this, I want it. And they went out of their way to get it for me. They ordered it, it came in broken, then they ordered it again, it came in broken again, and like the third time it worked. So I have my own little yarn shop here that will be on my bookshelves for my videos for at least like the next little period. And we will see where it ends up. I just think it's really cute up there. Really like looking at it from my couch because Like next to this bookshelf over there is my TV, and on the other side is the couch. So just sitting on the couch, knitting, watching a show, looking at my little yarn shop, and it is great, let me tell you that. But that is everything I have to share with you today. So 4 whips going on, 1 finished object, 3 sweaters I'm currently knitting. I have a yarn shop, and I have more yarn. Oh, and I'm knitting a scarf. So those are like the updates in the news flash. Could have done this video in like 2 seconds if I did it like this. But you know me, I like to talk a lot. So I now put it in a probably 35-minute-ish video for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys again so much for supporting my YouTube channel. It really means the world to me. And yeah, with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon. Bye!